Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jermaine, and I'm talking a little bit low because I'm at work right now, and it's been kind of hard finding a quiet place here. um, but anyway, I haven't made a video in a while. Sorry about that. But y'all know how I am. I usually only make videos when something is important to me. So today is World AIDS Day, December 1st, 2011, and today is important. So, let me get into my topic. While I'm negative, and I've remained negative throughout my time, being sexually active and dating, I cannot negate the fact of knowing that HIV still impacts my life, and in essence, all of our lives every day. And I believe that there are too many of us out there, regardless of what race you are, what age you are, nationality, creed, whatever. We don't think about that. Yeah, we think about it when we're about to have sex, but we don't go around every day thinking about the fact of how much HIV impacts us, about those stigmas that impact us, those ignorances that people still have. Me growing up as a black gay man and being in the closet as a youth, I've had to endure things. I've had to hear my family say things like, "Oh, gay people get that," or say things like, "Boy, don't get that shit." And that's what they called HIV, that shit. Well, actually, I never even heard the word HIV. It was always called AIDS. You don't want to get that AIDS, and you die from it. And these were the messages I got. And when I came out, I heard it again. When I started dating and bringing boys over the house, "He ain't got that shit, huh?" Stuff like that. HIV has always been a part of my life. It's been on the scene for 30 plus years now, and I'm 26. So I've always lived in a world where HIV has existed. And it's sad to know that there are black gay men who are still becoming infected with this disease disproportionately. It's sad to know that all the friends that I have, I can look through them and I know which ones are positive because they've shared it with me. I don't believe that this disease should still be existing. I mean, we know what to do to protect ourselves. We know what we do to take care of ourselves. We know how not to get it. But every day it's still happening. And for me, working in the field and doing the work of HIV prevention, I guess it's kind of disappointing to me that I've been doing this now for almost 5 years, and I still haven't seen a change. And actually, things are getting worse. I think the problem happens because of the fact that we're not looking at HIV as a whole issue, as a whole problem that encompasses the whole man. We think about give him a condom, tell him to go get tested, tell him to wrap it up, things like that. And that's not enough. It's not helping. It's not working. And we know it's not working, but it's comfortable. It's easy. The hard part is, and the true fact of the matter is, that HIV is not an applied science issue. That HIV really it not only affects the physical person, but their mental, their spiritual. I think about the people that I've known that have passed away from HIV. In my old office, across from my desk, I had 2 ribbons on the wall. And each one of those ribbons symbolized people in my life that I was close to that passed away. And it's not even encompassing the people that I know that passed away from it, that I really wasn't that close to. And those ribbons every day kept me doing the work that I do. Because I knew these people. They knew the work that I do, and they still wasn't in care. They still wasn't taking care of themselves. They still wasn't doing anything to help themselves. And it always made me wonder why. And the reason why is because of being ashamed, being in denial, having to face your family and tell them that you're positive. The real problem comes in knowing that you're walking around and you feel like there's a label on your forehead that says that you're positive. The real problem is not knowing how to get into care. Knowing that when I look at my money, I don't have money to go see a doctor. And not knowing the services that are out there to help you. That's the problem. And over the years that I've been in this prevention work, that is where I have grown to become. To be that person that helps these people find their way. And I've had to meet them where they are. Some of them, it was months after they knew they were positive, or months after they met me and knew the work that I do, before I could even get them to go see a doctor. I've had to sit inside of waiting rooms with them while they're waiting to see a doctor. I've had to walk back there and hold their hand while they're talking to a doctor. HIV is so much more than just an infection. We don't think about how big of an issue it really is. I mean, yeah, we might see a few commercials about it. Yeah, we might hear a few articles about it and see a few newscasts about it that are on the television on today, World AIDS Day. But you don't see this all the time. When it's breast cancer, when it's these other diseases and cancers and infections, we hear about those things all the time. But when it comes to HIV, we don't hear about it because of the negative stigma that is tied to it. And it's sad. HIV is the only disease that when people get it, they feel ashamed to go and seek help. HIV is the only disease that when people find out they have it, all of a sudden everybody else around them starts to question, how did he get it? What did he do? Oh, he must have done something wrong. Oh, he must have been a hoe, or this or that. That doesn't happen with any other disease. HIV is the only disease that growing up, we hear all the negative and bad things about it. And most of that stuff is wrong. But if a person does become infected with it, they have to battle all of those negative things that their mother has said, their father has said, their sisters and brothers, their uncles, their cousins, aunts, their pastors. They have to deal with all of that stuff before they can even get to the point of trying to help themselves. HIV is the only disease that has that tied to it, that negativeness tied to it. But still, it's these young black boys dying. Still, I look out and I see my sisters and my brothers out there fighting against this tide of HIV, and it just seems to me like nothing's being done. But on the other side, I do know there are things being done, and I can't be pessimistic about the issue, because there are people out there that are fighting every day. People like me, people like my boss, people like my coworkers that are fighting every day for people to not get infected. And for those that are infected, we fight to help them live a positive life, a healthy life. But still, I say it's not enough. Still, I say more should be done. It's not enough. I still think back to those two people that I know that passed away from it. And how at the funerals, when you ask, what happened? Because they were so young. Oh, he had cancer. Or, oh, yeah, we don't know. He just passed away in his sleep. even though he's been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks, or even though he's been at home waiting to die for the last 3 weeks. And these are real life stories. HIV is not the death sentence that it was back in the 80s. Now, because of the medications that are out there, people can live. And actually, depending on who you ask, it's getting to the point that people with HIV are outliving people that don't even have it. So there's hope. There's no reason for people to still be dying from this disease. And because I work in prevention, to me, there's no reason for people to still be becoming infected. Because we find people and they tell us that they love us, because we're not finding the love that we need for ourselves inside, because we're not finding the love that we need mirrored in other people around us, because homosexuality is so wrong, because we don't have places to build up our spiritual man to go to and to help us connect with a higher sense of ourselves. Because every time we go to a church, we hear the God save the faggot sermon. There's so many layers to this. There's so many layers to why people are still becoming infected. And to me, it's all bullshit. There's no reason for this stuff to be still happening at all. There's no reason in this time, day, and age that we can't all agree on the fact that, yes, gay people exist. That, yes, they have the same right as everybody else to get married. That, yes, they have the same right to live their lives in peace. That, yes, they deserve the same rights that everybody else gets in the workplace, or to even go see a loved one in a hospital. It's sad. But I'm looking forward to a future where HIV doesn't exist. I'm looking forward to a future where me being who I am is generally accepted. That, yes, that I can look at people and know that I'm just as good as everybody else. But I think when this community gets ourselves together as black gay men and women, when we organize ourselves and really believe the fact that we are just as good as everybody else, when we begin to believe that, things change, attitudes change, perceptions change. It starts in the mind, it starts here. And that's the part that we're missing. We're so easy to throw on the newest fashions, the newest clothes, to try to make ourselves feel good, to try the newest drug, or to lose weight, or do this, or do that. But it starts in the mind. You have to believe the fact that you are just as good as everybody else. When we build our collective self-esteem together as a community, when we stop caring about what other people say, I think HIV will start to decrease. When we learn to have pride in who we are as black gay men and women, things will change. Well, I'm getting to my 15-minute mark. I really hope things change, and I'm going to continue to do everything I can in my power to fight every day to help negative people stay negative and positive people be healthy, and to make this community better. It starts in the mind. So, I love y'all. That's my piece. I'll talk to y'all later.